poem is like making love. It fumbles, tries to find a rhythm, seeks even as it gives, till it finally bursts into the million colors of its realizations. This is Sunil Bhandari, and you are listening to Uncut Poetry, an Onanist's Guide to Loneliness. You can call me crass or normal, but I am immersed in making plans to self-destruct. I've been a hermit to loneliness and a monk to intimacies for too long. Someone brought wildflowers home, and their pungent sweetness was a trauma, and I walked naked in the house till I threw them into a bin with 3 Hail Marys. I walk in the garden and see only leaves with the deepest purple deep in their shadows, and creepers wrapped tightly around virile trunks which are willing to be sucked dry. Only an orgy could still my restive skin. Till then, I will learn to prowl inside myself, delving deeper and deeper until I find the seas turbulent enough to drown my world. And my hands will tire, my fingers find motors, and I will know what ecstasy is in giving up. And pleasure doesn't always need company, and there are intimations of heavens in the stillness of a turbulent sea. And often, drowning is the only way to survive. Drowning is the only way to survive. Self-gratification is a lonely enterprise packed with people. It is our encounter with fantasies, but starts with a conversation with our loneliness. We are often left alone or are merely alone. While the world celebrates together, we are left with an aching need to connect. In reaching out, we reach in. In finding purpose, we find pudenda. While banishing wayward thoughts, we find the wilderness of brambles. There are ways to be and be with our best selves as we explore our minds with books, or extrapolate our feelings to film characters, or discover levitation with music. But when we want everything together, bunched together with a promise of iridescent colors, where our agonies sing, where our driest lands grow moist enough for spring, when we know we have visitation rights to heaven, that's when we choose ourselves over others. To say it's pleasure on tap or bliss in passing is to miss the point. The enormity of an intimate relationship with ourselves just cannot ever be undermined. For those short moments of ecstasy make us forget, however briefly, the extremity of the barrenness which invariably is the bane of our lives. This is Sunil Bhandari, and you are listening to Uncut Poetry. Did you enjoy what you heard? Leave a comment on Apple Podcasts or a rating on Spotify. And follow Uncut Poetry on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Ghana, Google Podcast, or wherever you get your podcasts. And if you loved this episode, why not share it with someone you love? See you next week.